patrons. We've just finished up the show. We were talking about death in fiction today. We've got show notes out on the blog. It's right on sc.blog. And our last two questions in our how-to segment bring us, I think, full circle, because it brings us around to what we were talking about at the beginning of the show. So question number one, how should the reader feel about the character's death? And I think this goes to the conversation we were having around don't just kill people to make the reader sad. Like, you don't just want to make your reader sad for the sake of being sad.
The character Blue Balls in my vampire novel.
Just like the character of Blue Balls that made me very sad when you killed him. So
his head comes tumbling off.
Don't just do it to make the character, to make your readers sad, right? How does the reader feel about it? I want my readers to miss the dead character, right?
But it's also impactful.
Yeah.
I mean, again, the reason I wasn't originally going to kill off that character.
Right.
But then I needed something to end that first chapter.
Yeah.
I needed something to get people more interested.
You needed a punch.
Right, to get people to pick up the next one. So since this is going to be serialized, everything needs to have a little hook at the very end to drag them into the next one.
So in After December, we were talking about Tony being dead through most of the book, and you never really see Tony live in action other than in Brian's memories. And then we get a flashback scene to New Year's Eve, and you get to see Tony moving around in real life. And I loved that scene because of that. I like to see Tony alive. So Before Pittsburgh begins the same way. It begins with a live scene of Brian and Tony as high school best friends at a college fraternity party, and trying to pretend like they're college dudes, right? And then talking about what their future is going to look like. And Tony doesn't really have a clear vision of his. And that's the very first scene in Before Pittsburgh. So you see him alive and breathing. You see him with Brian and the way they interact together before you get into this sense of grief, because the very next thing is Brian arriving.
Homosexual affair comes up.
Yes. If I were capable of writing a gay character, I absolutely would. But and that's not true. I did write Abby.
You did. Apparently you did write a gay character, didn't even realize it.
I wrote Abby is a lesbian. She's in Before Pittsburgh. So next week we're going to talk about sensitivity beta readers and writing characters that are not the same as you. So really the topic is white authors and black characters. So come back to the show next week. Thanks for being patrons. We appreciate you. We appreciate your support. Have a great rest of your weekend.